Hello everyone, this is Srikanth, and in this video I'll be talking about how to use HireMe, upload the question papers, to create the question papers, upload all your questions and create the test and distribute the same to the students. I'd like to clear here that I'm not an employee of HireMe and I'm not creating this video as a part of any promotional stuff. So watching this video, please don't make a decision to buy this particular software. I'm making this video because the videos provided by the company itself are not very clear about a lot of stuff, and I decided to step in and create a video which is fit for understanding for our faculties. So let's begin. First of all, you'll have to go to login and go to I'm a company. I don't know why they kept it as company because ours is a college. When the login page loads, you'll have to enter your ID, password and a simple question, CAPTCHA, to ensure that you're not a computer. Then click on login. When you sign in, you get a dashboard view like this. From here, let's first talk about uploading the questions. First, we need to click here on manage assessment and go to manage pools. Pools are somewhat like question banks in which you can collect a lot of questions of different type, particular type. And you can here see that I have already created questions, added the questions for a particular subject. So we'll be adding one more. So here you must know that every pool can have only one particular type of questions present in them. So let us create a pool having MCQ questions, multiple choice, and let us give a name to this, dummy MCQ, and create a pool. It is showing that the pool has been created successfully, and the same will be displayed here. Then go to manage questions, and here this is where you will be uploading all your questions or adding questions one by one. So let's go for bulk upload because this is an MCQ. So from question type, select MCQ, and from here select the dummy MCQ. So here we have an option of uploading all the questions at the same time using Excel sheet. The template for that is available here, so you just have to click on download Excel sheet and it will download a file containing the format in which the questions need to be placed in the Excel sheet to be uploaded. If you have MS Office installed in your system, you can directly use that to do it. Since I don't have it, I'm using Google Drive and Google Docs I'll be using to edit this file. You can see that my template has got uploaded here. I just need to double click. If you're using MS Office, of course, you can double click on it and it will automatically open in Excel sheet. So this is how the template file looks like. Just click on the top left box over here, just above one and on the left side of A, so that all the cells get selected like this. Then you change the width of any one of the cells so that all the cells become shorter. So this is going to be very useful for us because we just don't have to keep moving right and left when we are just copy pasting our data here into this Excel sheet. First up, increase the serial numbers up to a value of 10 because we'll be uploading 10 questions. Remove almost everything that you have in the question space as well as option space. Correct answer space also you can remove. Bloom's taxonomy, we will be just removing it, and almost all the questions we will just keep it to basic level, so just drag and drop it. Topic, we will not be mentioning it. Score will remain 1 for all the questions, even though we wanted to have 0.5 half mark for each questions. Since that is not an option which is present with this particular software, we'll have to go with 1 for now, and later after doing the analysis we can reduce it by half. So now my file is ready for questions to be copy pasted into it. You can, at this point I would like to point out that if you want to copy paste your questions into the Excel sheet, it's better to have all your questions in the form of notepad present with you in this particular format. Don't put any question number, don't put A, B or C in front of the options, and just put the correct option below this. And if you are using any mathematical equations or something and if it is not appearing here like in the notepad properly, then you can just safely assume that the same will not appear when you upload it through the Excel sheet. So in case you have any formulas that you need to upload either in the question space or among the options, you may have to do it later. That part I'll explain later. For now, let us assume that we don't have any equations in the question and let us proceed to upload these. I'll just keep the windows side by side so that there is no much confusion while you're copy pasting the data. So I just need to click here, click home button on the keyboard, press shift, and while keeping it pressed, press on the end button on the keyboard. So that will entirely select the first line of the question. I'm just now clicking on Control X so that I don't get confused which questions I have already copied and pasted. You may already have a different copy of it placed safely in another file. So we'll just cut and paste this data into our Excel sheet. Have cut this question. I'll click in this space, which is the question space, and press Ctrl V for pasting. So you can see the first question has got pasted here. Now I need to repeat the same procedure for pasting all the options. I need to cut the first option, paste it over here, cut the second option, paste it here, and so on. So you can see I have copy pasted or cut pasted all the options here. You may not see the entire option being visible here. That's just because it's hidden. We have reduced the size of the cell and hence it's not visible, but that's not a big problem. It's just allowing us to see the entire thing at the stretch. So after you have copy pasted the question and all the 4 options, you need to provide the correct option over here. So you can see I had A option as the correct one here, so I just have to type A here. So that's it. That's how we need to enter the questions over here. So let me just skip to a position wherein I have cut pasted all the questions and all the answers. Now you need to just check whether all the options have been entered correctly. To do that, once again you have to click on this empty space above 1 and on the left side of A to select all the cells of the Excel sheet. Then double click anywhere in the separation between A and B or C and D or anywhere. Just double click here so that all the columns they actually show all the data that is presented here. So my questions were all of same length, so it's appearing like this. Your questions may be of different length, and accordingly the column width will adjust itself. So just check whether all the questions and options have been copy pasted correctly into the cells. Just check the answers also are correctly placed, and yeah, so our sheet seems to be ready. So if you are using MS Office, just click on File and Save, and the same data will be saved. You can also choose File Save As to save it with a different file name so that the template will remain as it is, and you can give your subject name to the file, which will also help us while uploading the same. So in my case, I'm using Google Docs, so I'll just go ahead and download it as an Excel sheet. So your file will probably be at the same place where this file of mine has got downloaded, which is in my computer downloads. Just tap on date modified to see the latest file that was downloaded. So this is the file that I just downloaded, and in case you are saving your file to some other location, you may have to keep that location in mind and upload the question paper from that location. So let me just change the name of this file to dummy test so that I don't get confused which one is the empty template and which one has my questions in it. Now let's come back to the Hire Me website. We had gone to manage questions, and from here we had downloaded the template. Now we have edited the template, saved it with a different file name to reflect the subject name, and now we need to upload that file which we have changed, in which we have added all our questions. So you just need to click on this button over here, the green button which says browse Excel file. Go to the location where you have saved your file. So in my case, I have saved it to download itself. In your case, it may be anywhere else that you might choose to save your file. Just click on your file once and click on open. Now here you can see the file name has appeared. Now you need to click on this orange button which reads upload questions. Oh, but before that you have to choose on the right side here the question type, which is MCQ, and the pool in which you want to add those questions. So I want to add those questions to the MCQ dummy MCQ pool which we had created recently in this video. Once the questions are uploaded, you will see that another file will be downloaded which reads uploaded questions report. So this report tells us how many of the questions were successfully reported and whether there were any errors in any of the questions that we uploaded. So once again, if you have MS Office present on your system, you can directly double click on the file and it will open in MS Office. In my case, I don't have it, so I'll just load it to Google Drive and open it. Once the file loads, here you can see the same questions and all the options are appearing with the correct options. I'll just click above one and on the left side of A to select all the cells, and I'll just reduce the size of each cell. Fine. So you can see the status here tells us that all the questions were uploaded successfully. In case any of the question appears with some error and the question is not uploaded, you may have to create another template file with only the questions which have error in it and create another file, save it as another file and try uploading it again. So here the person from the team hired me was very specific, telling us not to upload all the questions once again when you are uploading it the second time, the errored questions. You just have to create another file with only those questions which had error while uploading, and that file needs to be uploaded separately following the same procedure that I just now explained. Now let's move back to the Hire Me website. Our files, our questions have been successfully uploaded. We just now saw that. And now we need to add our subjective questions. Now subjective questions cannot be added to the same pool which is created for MCQ. So we have to again go back to manage pools, create a new pool which has subjective questions in it. We can just give some name to it, dummy subjective, and click on create pool. The success dialog box will show up and you can see the dummy pool has been created for subjective question. Now again we need to go to manage questions. Instead of bulk upload, we have to add questions one by one. Here one by one we have to select all the settings before adding in the question. So first, this is the subjective question. Then from the pool you have to select dummy subjective. This is the pool I want to add the question to. Then in the topic you can just create a new topic because there are two parts in our subjective question. So first part is for part A, update options. You can see part A is appearing here. Difficulty level will keep all the basic. We won't be doing Bloom's taxonomy or anything, but if you have created your question having all the Bloom's taxonomy levels, you can go ahead and use it as well. Next, I have to expand the question bar here, and this is where I'll have to copy paste my question. At this point you should have your document ready with all your subjective questions present in a document format. You may use MS Office if you want. I'm using Google Docs and you may be using MS Office, but it won't matter. So let us go ahead and see how to copy paste this into the Hire Me portal. You may see here that I have placed both the document file and the Hire Me portal side by side so that you can see what exactly I'm doing. So just move ahead, go to question number 1, select the question number 1, cut it and paste it over here. So you can see some MS Office based editing options are also available here. You can use one of these to make simple edits. Like you can select the text and go for making subscript. The text shifts downwards, and if you have a power like stuff present in your question, you can select the power stuff and click here superscript, and you can see the number has raised a little above to go into power mode. There are a lot of other options also. You may be familiar with most of these from MS Office. Let's not discuss about that in detail. But they cannot enter a very complicated equation. If you have complicated equations like somewhat like this, including square roots, squares, and fractions, you cannot go ahead and use the same portal to do that. You can just keep this image in the document, and if it is not presented as an image, you can always use the snip tool available with the Windows version to cut a particular portion of the screen and paste it over here. So since I already have this as an image, I'll just copy it. I'll just say cut it so that I'm sure it has been done. Press enter and paste it. So you can see that has been pasted as an image over here. So now my question is completely entered. So I have to go to question settings now. In the question settings, I have to enter the marks. In this case, these questions of part A are of 2 marks, so I'm entering the same. You can also enter a text box to be included so that students who are fast with typing or those who are using speech text recognition to enter their answer can do the same. So minimum character you can enter 1 and maximum 5000. You may also limit the character so that the student doesn't enter a very long answer for a question that requires a very short one. And for those questions who want to upload their handwritten answers, I suggest you enable this option over here, the sub-question document. You just change it to yes, so that students can upload PNG, JPEG or PDF format files of up to 5 megabytes for each question. Once the question is entered and all the settings done, click on add question. The questions gets added and the portal appears like this with the same procedure needs to be repeated for question number 2, 3 and 4 of the part A. For part B, however, we will be creating a new topic and adding these questions to that. So let us begin. First of all, we should go to this pencil icon over here and click on manage questions. So the same page which allows us to upload template will appear here. We will not be using this. Change to add question, and here we'll be adding a question. Our question is subjective type, so choose subjective here. In the question pool, select dummy subjective, and in the question topic we'll have to create a new topic called part B. Click update. This will be selected here. Difficulty level, again we'll select basic, and these are the settings we'll be using for part B. Go back to the question. Once again, copy paste the question. So now be careful here. I'm copy pasting 5 and 6, both of them into the same question. So why we are doing this? Because the student will get to answer only one of these and he will be uploading only answers to one of these questions. Right. So that's why it's necessary that you upload both these questions 5 and 6, both with or placed neatly between them to this point. Of course, if you have equations or subscript, superscript or other special characters present in it, you can continue to do the same process that we did on the last time. Once the question is uploaded, once again go to the question settings, select the marks. In this case it is 6, minimum and maximum characters for those who want to type their questions. Click yes, of course, for sub question document. They will be able to upload 5 MB files in PNG, JPG or PDF formats. Then click on add question. So once again we are directed back to the place where all the questions are displayed. While adding the subsequent questions, please ensure you are selecting the topic correctly. So in this case, again, subjective, dummy subjective. This is belonging to part A. So like this, you need to select the part properly and then go ahead with the same process. Same way, select part B when you are doing it for part B type questions. So at this point, we have all the questions uploaded to the website, uploaded to the HireMe portal, and they are ready. But before we share it to the students, we need to create a question paper. So next, I will be discussing how to create a question paper for students. We will stop at this point, and in another video, I will show you how to create a question paper and the same how it can be shared to the students. Thank you. The link to that video I will provide in the description of this particular video as soon as it's ready. For the meanwhile, you can check this out. Thank you for now.